Okay, good morning and welcome to Just Daf It, Daf Yomi Shir. We're learning Kesubos, Daf It, number 19. We have a great shir for you today. We talk more about shtaros, everyone's favorite topic. If you go to yeshiva, they'll talk about Pesach Vasuach, Ger Katan, and then either either the third parak or shtaros. So you're in one of the most yeshivish sugyas. You'll be learning. So it's pretty exciting. If you feel that you're working and you're not learning enough Torah, just quit your job, go back to yeshiva, and you can learn about shtaros. And then when people come to you, they try to collect their debt from you. You tell them, listen, I'm learning shtaros. I'm potter. I'm learning about shtaros. I don't have to give back the money. Joking. All right, let's get started. We're on the top of Yud 10. I'm an Aleph. The Gemara says, Amalei Rava, the fourth one. Amalei Rava, Hashla ilu asur l'kaman lemluche, amrin lehu zilu chasum uvelo tiskalun. Amar ein lecha davar shalom v'nei pukol nefesh, alavodas kuchav megil arayis shrichos damim belvad. Hashla dechasmu amrin lehu amay chasmisu. We said yesterday, we're trying to figure out the sheet of Rav Meir. Rav Meir argued on the Rabbanan. The Rabbanan basically hold like our Mishnah on Daf Yud Ches. Pesha Aser, Pesha Hityar. Rav Meir says they're not believed. They're trying to figure out why Rav Meir said they're not believed. Normally even Rav Meir would agree, Pesha Aser, Pesha Hityar. So the case he says about Anusim, the reason they're not believed, is because they're Mesim Asmal Russia. They say that they were Chosim on the star, when they should have given up their lives. They should have given up their lives. So they're Mesim Atzmo Russia. They did something wrong, apparently, according to their words. So the Gemara Yevamos says that Ein Adam Mesim Adam Karov Eitzel Atzmo, Ein Adam Mesim Atzmo Russia. So Rava says back, he retorts, he says, what do you mean? The halacha is that they should have signed the shtar. They didn't do anything wrong. Even though they might have thought, people might think, right, you give up your life for that. No, the halacha is not that. The only thing you give up your life for is for 3 cardinal sins, but for signing on a shtar falsely, you don't give up your life. So they didn't do anything wrong. We're going to talk more in Iyad Ben Sion about this concept of Adam Karov Eitzel Atzmo, Adam Mesim Atzmo Russia. It comes up right over here, and it's going to come about Yud 10 Amud Beis, the same Shakli V'Tari, the same idea. I have to discuss what is the reason Adam Karov Eitzel Atzmo, Adam Mesim Atzmo Russia. Stay tuned for that. You do not want to miss it. I already have 100 people asking me when I'm going to say shir on Edom Mesim Atzmo Russia. So I said, listen, first I got to give the shir on YouTube, and then I'll talk to you. And so they're waiting. They're waiting out the door. I think a couple people are knocking on the door now. I'm saying with my face, don't come in. All right. This is not true. So the Gemara says,
It's wanted to lie.
Yeah.
More people to give tzedakah, or maybe to learn Torah too. It's a Gemara. It's a first Gemara.
it's mutter to lie to get our people to learn Torah.
It's wanted to lie to get people to give tzedakah. Torah, I'm not sure.
Okay, listen, based on this psak, everyone who listens to even one of my Daf Yomi Shir, I'll give you $1,000. Guaranteed. Just send me your email address. I'll send you a check for $1,000.
No.
I'm lying, but for the sake of Torah. I got a head there that you could do it. All right, thank you. So the Gemara says, I'm not giving you $1,000. It's a joke. It really is a joke. So, Ella Matayim with Rav Meir. What's the reason Rav Meir? Could Rav Huna Marav, Dam Rav Huna Marav, Moed B'Shar Shekasu in Sarach L'Kaimo. There's a concept. We'll see it's a machlokas about this, but Rav Meir apparently holds that if the person who wrote the shtar, he said, the lender who said that, yeah, I wrote this shtar, I gave it, or I had it written, and I gave it to the malva, to the person who's asking for the money back, Ein Sarach L'Kaimo, the malva no longer has to be, even though normally this kind of, the Gemara says later on that Kiyum Shtaros is either the Rabban or the Raisa, we pass in the Rabbanon. You have to certify the shtar to make sure the Edom are the correct Edom. You don't have to do it over here. So therefore, since that's the case we're talking about, or Meir was talking about that case over there, So therefore, the Edom are not Neman, because the whole reason the Edom are Neman is because we need their testimony to certify the star. So Pesha Asr Pesha Hityer, the fact they volunteer, the fact that it was a good their chasima, we didn't know from anywhere else their chasima, so we believe something else that they say. Once already, we're talking about a case where you don't need certification anymore, so therefore the Edom are not believed according to Rameir. Gufa Amar Rav Huna Amar Rab Moed B'Shar Shakas V'In Sarach L'Kaimo. This is the statement of Rav Rab says, Amar Rav Nachman, Genuva Genuvi Lamalach. Why are you being so surreptitious, hidden? Why? Isfir Lach Rameir. Behold, like Rameir, Ema Halach Rameir. Say Lach is like Rameir, which is the brisa. We said the reason Rameir is because Moed B'Shar Shakas V'In Sarach L'Kaimo. Amalei Omar Hechi Sfir Lach. He said, what do you hold? Amar like Yasal Kaman Ladina, Amir on the who Zilu Kaimish Taraych V'Chos Ladina. Meaning he obviously holds the Rabbanon that Moed B'Shar Shakasvu ain't Sarach L'Kaimo. Sorry, meaning Moed B'Shar Shakasvu Sarach L'Kaimo. You have to be Mekaima. It's ineffective just to admit that it's my Ksav Yad that I wrote this star. You still have to be Mekaima, and therefore the Rabbanon hold that Pesha Asa Pesha Hitter. Amar Yudam Rav Omer Shtar Amana Huzeh Eino Neman. He says Shtar Amana. What is a Shtar Amana? Shtar Amana is basically that you have an agreement, the Malva and the Lova. He writes up a star, and he didn't actually lend out the money yet. And he says, I believe I'm writing the star to you now, so that when you actually lend me the money, you'll use this star. But it ends up being that technically we're not sure if he actually lent him the money or not. So he says Shtar Amana Huzeh. We're going to see who said it. Eino Neman. He's not believed. So the Gemara asked the Kamar Amana, who said this? He lent him the Kamar Lova. The Lova says, right now, the Malva has a star. He has a realistic star, and he says he actually lent the money, and he wants to collect the money with the star. And the Lova is saying, he says, no, it's a star Amana. He never actually lent me the money. The Gemara says, it's Gemara Lova Pshita. He doesn't have the ability to go against an actual star. It's a written star. We don't believe him. Now the Gemara Malva, if the Malva says Tavalav Bracha, right? If the Malva says that a star Amana, right, and he's saying, I'm not collecting with this star, I'm apostling my own star, so Tavalav Bracha, he's the one losing out. Of course we believe him. El the Kamri Edom. The Edom say the star Amana is a false star. Either Kos of Yadam, I mean, it's not a false star, but there was no money that was given out. Either Kos of Yadam, either Ksav Yadam, Yosem Makom Acher, if we can verify their signatures from some other place, Pshita, the Lo Mehemni, because they lose the Pesha Asar Pesha Hitter. Why shouldn't it be believed, right? It's like our Mishnah, Pesha Asar Pesha Hitter. I'm a Rav Olam, the Kamar Lova. Really, the Lova says, right? Rav's opinion is that someone who admits, the Lova admits they wrote the star, you don't have to Makayim the star. So, therefore, when the Lova, the Malva doesn't have to Makayim the star anymore, so therefore, the Lova, when he says Shtar Amana, he's not Neman because he no longer has to certify the star. Abayam or Olam Damar Malva. Really, we're talking about the Malva who said Shtar Amana. He's not believed. Normally, a Malva should be believed, right? To apostle the star. The reason he's not Neman to apostle the star is because we're talking about a Malva, even though he lent money to somebody else, he has a lot of other people that are creditors to him that he owes money to them. We learn from this pasuk that you have A, B, and C, right? A loans money to B, B loans money to C, right? A, because he lent money to B, is actually, from this pasuk, we learn that A is also a creditor of C. So therefore, just like he owes money to B, because B owes money to A, so therefore C owes money to A. And instead of A, B, C, you can use Reuven, Shimon, Levi, or Bob, Tom, and Jack, whatever you want to use. So, 3 people involved, so therefore he is Chav Lachem. He's not believed to apostle the star because this star is valuable to people that he owes money to. So if he apostles the star, they're not going to be able to collect this money. So we want the star to be good in order that he should collect the money, and then his creditors can collect that money that he collected from this lender and pay back his own creditors. So the Gemara says, Rashi Amar Olam the Kamri Edom. He has a way of resolving the statement even for the Edom. Really, we can't verify this. Why shouldn't we believe? Good Rav Kahana. The Amar Rav Kahana also Adam Sheisha Shtar Amana B'Sof Beso. Mishum Shnemer Al Tishkom Alecha Avla. It's actually usher. The Gemara says Rav Kahana holds is usher to keep a shtar amana, right? A shtar that, right, it's from the lashon of amuna, that you believe the guy is going to lend you money and use it as a shtar. It's usher to keep that in your house as long as the money wasn't lent. So therefore, since the Edom are saying shtar amana, so therefore they're testifying about an evil that was done. They're not neman to say something bad, because to even sign in a shtar like that is also a problem. To have a shtar like that, to sign a shtar, in the Mesa Masma Russia. I'm the top of your term of base. They say about a shtar, we signed in a shtar that was shtar amana. They're not believe my time. I came with the avla who are avla lo chasmi. It's a rishus to sign on a shtar avla, a shtar that's a sin to sign on. It's a shtar, to have the shtar around is a sin. So to sign it also is a sin. It's an avera. So therefore, we follow the concept. And the Meis Matzah Russia, not neman. Amar Rav Yeshua ben Levi also lo adam sheyish shtar parua b'sol beis. So Yeshua ben Levi says a little differently. Talks about a shtar amana, a shtar parua, meaning let's say there was a loan, and the guy paid it back, right? So generally, when you pay back a loan, either you can write a shover, you can write receipts to the guy that he paid back the loan, or in certain cases you can hold on. We're going to see there's a reason he might want to hold on to it. You're not supposed to keep it around because it might lead to the guy losing his receipt, and you're going to collect again, and it's not fair to collect twice from somebody. Pasuk says, this is a pasuk. Eov, if there's bad thing in your hand, you have to get rid of it. That's shtar amana of shtar pasim. This refers shtar amana. We talked about a shtar that the person didn't lend the money yet. Shtar amuna. The shtar pasim is a fake shtar. Some people want to appear rich, so they have people write shtaros. So they owe them money, right? Which are fake shtaros. You're not supposed to have those around, because eventually the person can try to collect money. He's the poor guy, and they're giving him all these shtaros to collect money from people, and decides, you know what, I really actually want the money, I'm going to collect the money. So that's a bad thing to have in your hand. Also, you shouldn't have a sinful thing in your house. That's shtar parua. That refers to a shtar parua. Rav Kahana said this pasuk al tishkom alecha avla refers to a shtar amana. So now the Gemara discusses the difference. Madam shtar parua kol shkein shtar amana. The one who says shtar parua, meaning this is who is this? Rav. Rav said shtar parua. My number shtar parua also gain shtar amana. Certainly, shtar amana is a bad thing to have. My number shtar parua, who said dafka the pasuk al tishkom alecha avla. Dafka refers to shtar amana. Shtar parua lo. That's not such a bad thing. You don't have to get rid of it. You can keep it. The zin the mashile apshiti de safra. When you come to write a loan document, who has to pay for the person to write? There's legal fees to write a loan document. You have to make sure you have all the correct stipulations, the proper language in the shtar, in the loan document. So that obligation, the Gemara says, is on the lova, is on the debtor to write. Sometimes he doesn't have money. He's borrowing money. He has no money even to pay for the shtar. So the malvin, not only in addition to lending him the actual money, he actually pays for the shtar, the sofer, the scribe who writes the shtar. So even though he paid back the loan, right, he still is holding the shtar parua as a threat, as a collateral, to make sure he pays back the money that he owes him for writing the shtar. So that's why it's not a bad thing, according to this opinion, to hold the shtar parua. The other opinion holds it is a bad opinion to hold shtar parua, because technically the amount that it caused, the legal fees to have someone write a legal document for you, is obviously much less than the amount that he borrowed from you. So it's still an avla to have something, a shtar parua, because you can collect the whole shtar a second time. Amar of Nachman. Itmar. Sefer she'ena muga. Let's say you have a sefer. This is sort of relevant. A sefer, I don't know, a Gemara, a sefer Torah she'ena muga, that has a mistake. It's not corrected. Amar Rabbi Ami ad shloshim yom mutar l'shoso. You can keep it in your house, in your possession, for 30 days. Mekan ve'elach also l'shoso. You can't keep it any longer. All right, if you keep it too long, let's say it's Sefer Torah, people are going to read from it, they can make a mistake in the Kriyas Torah, or it's a Sefer, they're going to be misled in Torah knowledge. I've seen actually some Svarim Achronim People actually, I think I saw Kovitz Shiurim by Rabbi Chanan Wasserman. I'm reading the Sefer, and I see, someone just crossed out some words. It's an X, and, apparently Rabbi Chanan Wasserman made a mistake. So I guess it's based on this Gemara over here that to make sure that the Sfarim don't make mistakes. Other people just like to write their own notes. I've actually seen public Gemaras or public Sfarim. People just write their own notes on the side of the Gemara. I mean, these are public Sfarim. You can't just do that. If it made a mistake, maybe the source in this Gemara, maybe the Gemara is talking about a Sefer Torah. I don't know if it's a mistake. Kovitz Yurim, you think you made a mistake. But to write your own notes on the side of a Gemara, I think that's a problem. So the Gemara says, Amar Rav Nachman, Edom she'amru amanu hayu dvareinu ein amanim. If they say, they testify, they say that we signed on a shar amana, right, which you're not supposed to sign on, they're not believed because ein adam meis mas marasha. Mudah hayu dvareinu ein amanim. If they say mudah is a case we haven't discussed yet. Basically, it's a shtar where someone agrees to lend money or to sell something to someone. He's coerced, right? He's forcing him. He's either threatening him with something or trying to kill him if he doesn't sell him something, he doesn't loan him money. So you write the shtar, but the person who's selling him something he just tells privately, he tells the Edom who are going to sign the shtar, I really don't want to sell this. I'm being coerced to sell this. So if they come and say, and come based in, and this guy comes to prove that the house belongs to him or that the guy owes him money, say mudah yudvareinu, the guy told us privately it's not a shtar, they're not ne'emanim, they're not believed. We'll see in a second why not. Rashi amar amanu yudvareinu ein amanim, mudah yudvareinu ein amanim. If he says mudah, they are believed. My time. Hay nisan l'kasev, hay lo nisan l'kasev. Mudah, it has to be written, because let's say the guy is threatening the guy by killing him if you don't sell me my house and write a shtar that you sold me the house. So he's threatening to kill him. So you have to write the shtar. You want to save the guy's life. So therefore, they are believed. They're not considered Mesim Atzmo Russia. They didn't do anything wrong. When it comes to Amana, they did something wrong. It's an Isser to have a shtar Amana. So therefore, they did something wrong. So therefore, they're not Neman on that. What is the Havamina, the opinion of Rav Nachman? That Mudah Yudvareinu Ein Neman, and we'll have to discuss that more in Iyot Ben Sion. It is related to the discussion I had on Daf. On Yoted Amid Aleph, where we discussed similarly the idea of Ein Adam Meis Matzah Rashba. You're not going to miss that. Rav Nachman. Rav asked Rav Nachman, T'nai Yudvareinu Mahu. He says there was a shtar, right? I signed on this shtar, but there was a T'nai that wasn't written in the shtar. There was stipulation, right? I'm lending you $100 on condition that you jump in the lake 6 times, right? So he didn't write jump play 6 times, but that was a Tanai. So the Edom come and say, yes, he owes him $100, but on condition that he jumps in the lake 6 times. So he has to just jump in the lake 6. Does he have to jump in the lake 6 times? Do we believe him or not? So I don't know why I keep losing the place today. The reason you're not believed there, the ka'akrile of the shtara, when you say it's a moda and amana, because you're ruining the shtar, you're morally the shtar. It's written words, and you're just discrediting the shtar. Here, also if you say Tanai, and Tanai wasn't fulfilled yet, you're sort of being okra the shtar. You're ruining the shtar. You're saying you can't collect. It's just something else. Like we discussed, Tanai is not actually part of something else. Tanai is able to uproot it if you don't fulfill it, but it's something which is not exactly part of the language of the shtar. So therefore, it's Milsa Achrisi, the shtar could still be Makuyim if he fulfills the type. He jumps the lake 6 times, so therefore it's not considered ruining, right? You have no oral believability against written document, but here you're not ruining the document, you're just saying something else. And he answered him, that's true, right? We do believe them, and he say in order to collect with the shtar, you have to fulfill the Tanai. Now the Gemara discusses a new case. Edo mer Tanai, Edo mer Eino Tanai. 2 Edim say, yes, we signed the shtar, but one says there was no Tanai, and the other one says there's no Tanai. What do you do in that case? Both of them are admitting it's a good star. The one who says Tanai is one opinion. Two people say it's a good star, so it's a valid star. So one person wants to uproot it and say you need a Tanai. You can't go against the two people. Shnaim are belief can get echad. Mascular of Tavun Ready Yahaki. I feel Tarvayo Nami, right? Even both of them, right? If you hold the Tanai is integral to the star, so therefore, if both of them said it's a Tanai, there's a Tanai, you should ruin the star. So therefore, we must say actually that a Tanai, even though the Gemara said before, seemingly that a Tanai is milsa acharisa, we say that the Tanai is coming. The person who says Tanai is coming to invalidate the star. So therefore, it's considered, according to this opinion, it's considered to be like amana and like muda, where you're trying to uproot the star, and they're not believed. So therefore, the Tanai is considered to be ma'oker the star. So therefore, they're not believed on the Tanai. The halacha follows of Huna Bar Yeshua. Seemingly, the halacha follows that the Tanai is considered to be Oker the star, and therefore they're not believed on the Tanai. This seems to be in contradistinction to the Psak halacha before, where Zilu Kaim with Tanai Chulchos Ladina, where the Gemara paskin that we would give validation to the Tanai, and he has to be Mekayim the Tanai. Seemingly, there's a contradiction over here in Psak halacha. I don't know how you resolve that. That is not been seen over today. We'll stop here. This is the point. We'll stop here. It's a new sugya starting time Rabbanon. Hope you enjoyed today's shir. See you in Ben Sion. We'll discuss and clarify more about Adam Karo Ezel Atzmo in Adam Mesim Atzmo Russia. You don't want to miss it. Bye.